I have a ton of work to do. And so far, none of it's gotten done this week. I didn't get my emails done, and I'm really sorry to the people that I said I would answer back, and I haven't yet. What am I doing? Vitamins. Apparently, this is not the good stuff to take. No, this is synthetic. Hey, SAQ, how are you? So, the synthetic version of methylene blue is supposed to be poisonous. So, like this stuff that we order online, we really have to be diligent and cautious. Look into the company, how the company makes it, the ingredients that the company uses. Hey, Rainey, how are you? I was watching your videos. I give you all of my barakas. I hope everything works out for you, Rainey. You're such an awesome chick. I didn't get to sign into my email yet this morning. I just signed in last night to send you an email because I've been meaning to do it for weeks, and I'm sorry I didn't do it sooner. Well, that's okay. I've got like 5 emails, but only one works. And right now it's the myyahoo.com. The other ones like Proton and Google Mail, that's a give and take as to whether or not I get my email. So apparently we don't want to buy the synthetic version of methylene. We want to get this plant called German chamomile. And then there's like blue liquid, like blue crystal liquid inside the plant itself. And we want to get that blue liquid out of the plant. It's supposed to be really good for you. Anyway, I started these drops. Wormwood. Oh, thank you very much. I blue dried it. Like, I'm sorry, SIQ. I blue dried it this morning. I didn't. Hello, Aunt Joanne. How are you? About Epstein. Were you a victim of it? Possibly. SAQ. Epstein's Island. I'm going to be honest. I was really confused there for a little while, thinking that I was on Epstein's Island because, and I was not. I don't believe I was. At first, I was confused, thinking I was because he himself looks familiar. But I got to tell you, some of those politicians, they all look old, nasty, white, wrinkly dudes. And their body looks like that movie E.T. You know how E.T. Phone Home looked? You know, touch that. Yeah, their body. I think that's why they made that movie E.T. is so people would get used to what old, ugly men look like. So, thank you very much, Rainey. I appreciate it. At least I don't have a backwards baseball cap on. Hey, Aaron, it's great to see you. I was thinking about you, Rainey, and Aaron this morning, too. Aaron, what I wanted to say to you is I don't have all my memories back. And that's 37 years of a lot of memories that I don't have. As time goes on, my memories do become clearer, but my call sign of Condor. Aaron, what I want to tell you is that sometimes I have to find out what I did in my past through other people. And it's hard because sometimes those other people are just out to mess with me in my recovery, to screw up my memories. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. But anyway, Epstein's Island. I'm sorry, I get like a bottleneck of thoughts and I go off on tangents. So the other thing that confused me about Epstein's Island was that temple. He didn't have anything inside of it. But that temple confused me. Because of some of the MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects I was on, I know it's going to sound fantastical, but I'll just tell you the truth. they would send us on different assignments and missions. And I have memories of being at Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza. Oh, that one, I think it's Chichen Itza, where you see all the pyramids and different temples. They still do sacrifices at those, like current day, they still utilize some of those temples to do human sacrifice to rain down the fallen ones, fallen angels. I don't know. You call them aliens or ancient astronaut ancestors nowadays, but they look like really pretty shiny light beings, and a person looking at them could really be confused because they are so shiny and beautiful and majestical looking. You would just automatically think, oh, this thing must be good. And it's not always that way. So the temple on Epstein's Island really confused me, the whole submarine thing, because I know there's how you get into Epstein's Island is through the tunnels. That part of it was confusing. In the end, I think it was last year, I've come forward to say, no, I do not believe I was on Epstein's Island anymore. But he and his temple and those submarines and tunnels, that was striking. That was very triggering to me, and it was causing me to have memories. But in the end, I have to say, no, I don't believe that I was on that island. I was in other places, but not on that island. There's videos up on YouTube. I can tell you where I was. Another place that I was. Here, if I can find the videos real quick in my playlists. It's kind of sort of off the topic, but I'll show you. So, what am I trying to say? So, like when you see these ancient pyramids and stuff, they are still being used. Sacrifices are still being done. I personally think that underneath the Sphinx and ancient Egypt, there's a whole civilization underneath there. And it's blocked off to prohibit you and I from getting there, and they don't want us to know. I also think it's Thought's spaceship underneath there somewhere, but I don't know. But these pyramids and these different locations are still being used. And you and I don't see these fallen ones anymore because they're underground. And I think they have pyramids underground that they're still using as a power source. And I guess some people might think that's common sense, but I'm still coming to terms with a lot of this stuff. I think Hondor was just confirming. I got you. It was a confirmation. All right. Cool. That's what I was looking up. I have a whole bunch of Rainey's videos liked. I just don't like the thumbnail pictures. I do not want to see that girl's face. What did I want to Third temple built. Do you know where they took us? Where I was abused. And guys, I want you to do digging, do your own research, look things up. Don't take my word for it. Hopefully I just say the right words to start you down a rabbit hole, but when you get to the bottom, I hope you find the truth. But you know this place? I don't like that guy. That is a wall that's a part of like the Roman fortress. But anyway, this is the video I wanted to show you. This is by Leland Jones. Hidden Third Temple Chambers discovered by Western Wall. Oh my goodness. When my alters saw this video, they were out of my skin. So this whole place, just to look at the pictures, I'm going to fast forward through it real quick. You know what? Maybe I should give you guys a link, but hang on. I'll show you what looks familiar to me. That first picture I showed you. I don't know. Like this bathhouse. That stuff looks familiar. All right. This looks familiar. Like, I don't know what they're doing at this place, but at this place, they're hurting kids in it. I don't want to say, listen, I'm not trying to be like racist, something like that. So I'm not going to say Jews, just like not all Germans are Nazis, not all Jews are Zionists, Talmudists, Zohar. And I'm not trying to be like that. But the truth is, the politicians of your countries, they don't have our best interests in mind, and Israel is just as guilty as America when it comes to child trafficking, snuffing kids. And these places that they call sacred, they're not. They're doing child sacrifices in them. And, you know, as far as the adults raping us, it's not just that they're getting jollies, but they're also doing sex magic. They're summoning these different entities to help them make decisions with their monies. So, yeah, there's that aspect, you know, of blackmail where they want to put these positions and compromising positions to have something over on them. But in my experience, it seemed to me that these politicians all wanted to do it, and there was not much pushing that had to happen to get the politicians to rape kids. They just wanted it. They liked it. Okay, how you and I are now, they're not like us. They don't think like us, and some of them are not even human beings. Some of them are the actual fallen ones, and some people, they actually become what they worship. So like George Bush Sr., he's an alien. He's become the very thing he worshiped. Oh, did you see that video? Somebody on the internet took a picture of Joe Rogan, put it next to Aleister Crowley, and tried to say Aleister Crowley never died and Joe Rogan is Aleister Crowley. If I was Joe Rogan, I would hit the roof. I'd be like, what? Hey, DC. Oh, you're going to make me look so good for the upcoming Feast of Trumpets. 2012, that the world was destroyed. I heard that, SAQ, that you got a lot of interesting comments. I heard that the world was destroyed. I got to tell you, I really honestly, I didn't just hear it and then toss it out. I actually sat with that thought for many days and on many different occasions. I'm not going to bite. In the end, they could have opened something in 2012, but I don't, in the end, I don't believe it. I don't believe that we were destroyed, because we'd be destroyed. It'd be different. Oh, man, I hate those mosquitoes. Be careful with your pets and mosquitoes, too. I know I hate killing things, but like, I just had a talk. Can you see him up there? Yeah, me and Spidey, we had a conversation. I told Spidey up there I'll try not to kill him because I follow Yahusha and I have respect for all life, even the icky, yucky life. But, you know, If he was a tick, I'd instantly hold him over the flames. But I told him about all the ants in the kitchen, and I'm hoping he goes to the kitchen, or she. But if she or he comes down and that turns out to be a widow spider, it better stay up there. But a mosquito, I would definitely kill that without thinking twice. And I do actually repent because I feel bad. But what Bill Gates has done with mosquitoes, we cannot take the risk. And I don't know how to humanely euthanize a mosquito. An insect catcher, really? Yeah, you know what I do with spiders? I'll get a jar and like cardboard paper, and I'll try to get them in the jar and take them outside. I got bit by a spider once trying to help it get outside. I was like, thanks a lot. And then there was one spider I just flat out killed. I took one look at it and said, oh no, I'm sorry to play God, but you got to go. I rebuke myself for saying God. I don't want to summon Godriel and his friends and his legions and his friends' legions. I bind and cast them away and out of here. I'm not a new believer, and I got to be on top of what I say, especially if I'm around you guys, because I don't want to say the wrong thing and bring on a demonic attack. You came home from the walk. Hang on, guys. You came home. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, you came home. Oh, bye, Lisa. Bye-bye. Sorry, Casey came home from the walk. She got walked twice today. With a glass and paper, yeah. Are you okay? Are you all right, honey? You're just squatting down? She's acting a little weird today. So I've not started on my autobiography, and I've got 2 weeks left to get it done. But I'm going to wind up taking an extra week and pushing it to the end of September, but I need to get a move. The other day, it was small and cute. It was like, how do you live here without paying rent and throw it outside? Right? Today, I found a little turtle crossing the street, and I picked it up, and I brought him across the street and put him in the woods. I think he was a little baby snapper. You got to be careful with those snapping turtles, but he was a little tiny thing. So I just kept my fingers way in back. With those snapping turtles, you got to be careful. They'll take your finger off. Okay, no going where you're not supposed. You stay here. Casey. Maybe I should put her collar on her. Casey, come here. She ain't going to listen. Oh, she did. All right. Hang on. No. Get over here. I need to know that it works. No. All right, I'm not going in the homeowner's bedroom. Collar's in there. I guess you're going without a collar then. We have 2 different beeping collars. No, you're off the hook. Go ahead. You better stay here, though. I know animals are smart. They don't make each other pay to live. They don't pay bills. They don't pay for food. We human beings have done such a disservice for animals when we stopped planting female trees. We also screwed ourselves in the same breath by not planting female trees, because the reason why you and I suffer so much from allergies is because it's all male trees. So the male trees are just creating all this pollen. It causes you and I to have allergies, but without any female trees to go on to, we just have allergies and no fruit. No food, no free food. And what? Because the fruit would make a mess on the lawn and they'd have to pay more money for landscapers. What? Because rotten fruit might fall on the sidewalk and people might have to step over it. Big deal. So this world is going to hell in a handbag. Oh yeah, and then one of my friends contacted me. I put up a post about it. I don't even want to get into it. I don't even want to get into it. It's about that Sergeant Braggs. See, I'm the stupid one because I think people are want to be friends with me because they're friendly, but it turns out they're always after something and they're not sincere with me. And I feel like such the fool because I take everybody like they're sincere and like we can be friends, but meanwhile they have ulterior motives. Thank you. Emitting a resonance frequency sounds of a DNA. You know, SAQ, who you should look up about the V2K, if you can find his stuff. Dr. Robert Duncan. Pay attention to what he says to you. He's the best source I have found. The only other person I heard talk about V2K was Karen Lee Perrin. I think his website was called The Mind of an MK Ultra Slave. I'm not sure. But I got twisted up with Dr. Karlstrom, but Dr. Karlstrom does not put forth any information. He doesn't put forth any information we can use. Maybe he does, but he seems to be more of a wild goose chase. No offense, and I do respect Dr. Karlstrom. However, I have some doubt there because he backs that fat pig in a tutu who stole my home address to get Social Security so he can live out of the country, flying around to different countries, avoiding different frequencies. You know Brian, too. Yeah, some targeted individual, more like mentally ill. I'm, man, trying to find a real survivor's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You get a bunch of fakers out there that are mentally ill or just drug addicts, or they come online, steal testimonies such as mine to try to pass it off as their own so they can get money, free housing, gifts, and friendships that they would not have had if they told the truth. But if they play victim, then they think automatically they'll be loved. But meanwhile, they were never trafficked. They were never victimized. They're just flat out lying. That's why I got to rely on people like Rainey. See, I'm serious. I don't know everything. I don't pick up on everything. I mean, I got my head in the clouds most days. I'm looking for demonic attacks, you know? No, it was the synthetic version of methylene blue. It actually, the methylene blue, my joints are not stiff. I still have pain, but they're not stiff. They move. Like, because I have that arthritis and fibromyalgia, but like, there's no, like, I can move. I'm not stiff. I should stretch. It's going good, Joe. How's yours? I'm not really getting the work done that I need to be getting done. I don't know. When I wrote my autobiography, I sat on my desk with a box of wine and a pack of Marlboro Lights, and I just sat there typing and typing and typing until it was done. But then again, once I got in that zone, I couldn't get out of it until I was finished. It's only nicotine. I'm sorry. I shouldn't let you see me vape. I'm sorry. I'm putting my icon up. No. No interview with Shanti, but I am doing one with Noah I'm not sure that Noah's going to run it live. He may do it pre-recorded, but I'm excited. Like last Friday, I told you about an interview I was going to do, and I put up a link. The reason why I didn't put up a link at 4 or 4:15 was because it didn't happen. We spent time, though, working on the broadcast. We met a couple of times, so I'm excited about this broadcast because I get to talk to the younger generations. I tried to put a broadcast together a couple of years ago with teenagers and another person in their early 20s, like late teenage years, early 20s, because I wanted to hear their perspectives and talk to them. But for the life of me, I could not get these 4 teenagers together in one spot at one time. They all had different, what do you call it? Different demands. Well, I'll do this, but I won't do that. Well, I'm comfortable with this, but I'm not comfortable with that. And it's like, listen, do you want to do a broadcast or not? You say yes, but then you put all these demands on the broadcast and me. And if I were to fulfill your demands, I wouldn't have a broadcast. I just want to have a broadcast. It would be dull, boring, and not worth recording if I fulfilled all your dumbass demands. Like, if you want to do a broadcast, let's do it. But no, I don't know what it is with these kids nowadays, but I am not going to sit there and pamper your ass first and make sure you're comfortable and fluff your pillows and make sure you got a glass of water and your seat is just right and the light's not glaring you in the eyes. Get that stuff ready for yourself. Let's just run the broadcast, for heaven's sake. No. And I think these younger generations have it worse than us because they're raised in a day and age where anything goes, everything's okay, and you get to make it up. And if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. You can still just make it up. And I really worry about the kids nowadays. Hey, Vinny, happy belated birthday. And we were transferred to an alternate reality, but instantly faster than the speed of light. I see what you're saying, SAQ, but I would say go to Yahuwah on that one so he can explain it to you. He did not move us to an alternate reality. We're right in the world where he put us. But the fallen ones will give us alternative truth so that we listen to that and not our shepherd. The world didn't explode. If it ended, you and I would not be here right now. Straight up, we wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that. And no, the fallen ones did not stop the world from exploding. I would say Yahuwah had stopped it. But Russell Lemaster. But anyway, from all the biosensors are turning to zombies, especially younger people, because they haven't had their brain fully developed before the right. Really, SAQ. Oh, see, this is what I mean, SAQ. Like, I've heard things like that have really twisted me up. I get it. But no, we were not all destroyed and then shifted. That is a really ugly joke that the kingdom of darkness played on us. No, we're still here. We didn't go anywhere. But demons will make you think that crazy crap. They'll put you in a panic. They want you to feel insecure. They want you to feel like the world around you is not stable. They want to keep you in a mood where you're always on your tippy toes. You always have adrenaline pumping through you, where you're not sleeping, where you're not eating. Because if they can keep you in that frame of mind, then they can control you. They have absolute control over you, and they're leading you around by your emotions. And that's part of the mind control. Just make sure you eat and sleep and take care of yourself. Um, I know that this stuff is really bombarding and overwhelming, but the fallen ones in the kingdom of darkness want to keep us screwed up. So that way they can keep piling on the deception. We won't know what to believe. And we'll get to a point where we'll be like, oh, phooey on all this. Even if he is real, I don't care at this point because I've just had my fill of it. I don't know what's right or wrong anymore because it just seems like everything's screwed up. And that's exactly where the kingdom of darkness wants to keep you. Is always in that state of confusion, going around in circles, because if they do, another thing is that the rest of your life, like other areas of your life, your hobbies, your career, your family, your romantic relationship, your side jobs, your career, it gets affected by all of this. Until when can you say what? You mean when we will all blow up? Is that what you mean, SAQ? Listen, the world's crazy right now, but when it comes down to like all out war, when the whole world is really at war and we've got something to worry about, I think in the next like year and a half we'll be at that point. But from now until then, build your foundation with your shepherd. Get to know him. Ask him for spiritual gifts. Keep on him. Talk to him. Get to know him. He's actually really cool. He has a great sense of humor. People nowadays have made our Savior boring, weak, dull, boring, archaic, distant, cold. We have all the wrong people representing our Savior nowadays. That's why I say get to know him for yourself. He's going to be there. He's going to answer if you seek him. He's not going to let you slip through the cracks. He loves you. He wants you. And he wants you to go to him for everything. He wants you to go to him when you need money, when you need socks, when you need help, when you're searching for somebody. Maybe you want to reunite with someone or make amends. He wants you to come to him and say, what do you think I should do? How should I go about this? What do you want? He wants you to invite him into your life and live it with him in everything that you face. Not just bad times, but just your ordinary day as it is. And that's how you build a relationship with him. And that's how you would build a relationship with anybody, is by spending time with them, getting to know them, doing things with them, paying attention to their personality, their facial expressions, the tones of their voice, their likes and dislikes, their name, their birthday. We should want to do the same things that we do with each other to give us an intimate relationship with one another. We should be doing those same things with our shepherd. Yeah, they go first. And then the 144,000 are gathered, and Yahuwah reigns for 1,000 years. And that doesn't happen until the 7-year tribulation is fully over and complete, as per Matthew chapter 29. You could start with you should actually read the whole entire chapter, but it's down by verses 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. You should read all of them. Do not cherry pick them. There is no rapture. The rapture is a false doctrine. Your imposters of Jesus and Jehovah have given you that false doctrine. You want to see a rapture? Go look at my profile picture. I've already been raptured, and I'm still here on earth. So that Christian rapture is the same as the New Age alien ascension, where they're all getting out of here because they don't have to serve their creator. They don't have to do anything. They escape out of here. They don't have to serve them, and they don't have to go through war. And then you get these weak, diluted pulpits that go, oh, our Savior's not going to beat up on the bride. First of all, you and me ain't the bride. The church is not the bride. And hallowed scripture says it clear as day in Revelation chapter 2, Revelation chapter 21, verses 2, 9, and 10. It says the New Jerusalem is the bride of Yahusha. The church is not. We are called out of the church if we're his people. But Christians sit there thinking that only applies to the Catholics. No, you Christians are absolutely fallen. You don't even know what you're believing in. You're worshiping a bunch of symbols and signs. You're worshiping a white savior when Revelation says his skin is bronze. I'm an ordained minister. I know my creator, my savior, and my husband, and I know everybody's going to turn around and say the same thing I do. But the message I'm preaching, you can find in scripture by simply reading it. There's no hidden messages, and I don't twist scripture. Scripture interprets itself, and Heavenly Abba says exactly what he means. And when he says chop your hand off, oh, he means it. Your problem is you want a creator that just talks tough, but doesn't back it up. Well, it turns out that Yahuwah, who I worship, he backs up his word. He walks his talk. And he means what he says. You guys just want a watered down, powder puff version of him where you don't have to do anything but believe in him, say a prayer once a day, live a good life according to your own standards, and get into heaven. And that's not the way he works. Really, Joe? Heavenly Abba, please reveal yourself to her in Yahusha Shem Selah. Please let it be in your will. He's like, I am. You're connected. He loves you, Joe. I know that you're sincerely seeking him. I pray that you feel more of him. I pray that you feel more of him. I pray that he baraks you with all the spiritual gifts you want, like the gift of prophecy, dreams, vision, the gift of sight so you can see angels and demons. I palal that he gives you the gift of sight where you can also see other occurrences coming that do not have to do with his return. And I pray that for everybody in my chat room in Yahusha Shem Selah. Every time I talk about the gift of prophecy and revelation, people always come and butt heads with me. And then they turn around and go, well, I'm not listening to you anymore because you don't believe in the rapture, or that's not true. And most of the time, these people are so caught up in their churchanity, they refuse to see their Savior. They go along blindly with a church that's fallen. Paganism is not creeped in. Paganism has taken over the whole damn church. You even have this Father, Son, and Holy Spirit teaching. That Trinity teaching is a pagan teaching, and it's a really bad teaching at that. But everybody's into it, and everybody's backing it up. Meanwhile, Heavenly Abba is not a Trinity. He's not a Trinity. He's infinite. He's one person in human form. He's actually 7 spirits, and he's on the throne. But all of that together is one. What people personally? I know Yahuwah personally. I met him in this life as well as in death. For God, but it's complicated. You know what, SAQ? I go to Abba and I say, how may I serve you? Please open up doors for me to serve you. How do I serve you? What would you like me to do for you? And, you know, there were times I would see someone or something and I'd say, hey, Abba, should I go over there and help the person? Should I go over and introduce myself? Should I go make a donation? What's in your will for me to do? Sometimes I've just taken initiative and gone and done something. But I'll be honest with you. I'm like, it's easy for me to talk here, but in person, I fall over myself. I will shy away from talking to you first before I actually talk to you because I fumble over myself. Like yesterday, I went to a Walmart and I saw a guy outside the front of the Walmart, and he had a stand and he was handing out flyers and things for people of faith but that have alcohol issues. And I mean, I should have went up to him and said, "Hey, I give you my blessings. How you doing? My name's Holly. I'm an ordained minister too, but I have a different speciality. You work with alcoholics. I kind of work with demons and tormented people, But I couldn't. I couldn't talk. I get tongue tied, and I really don't know what to say. um, but I notice the majority of people, they don't read Revelation for themselves. They don't rely on Abba to explain it to them. And when it comes to me trying to tell them about Revelation, because Yahuwah gave me the gift of prophecy, all they do is want to sit and argue, or they just flat out blow me off because they think they know more. Oh, well, I've been a Christian for 50. Who cares? You see Yahuwah's Taw on my forehead? Taw is a letter from the Hebrew alphabet, and it means mark. He's with me. Oh, I banged on his door, all right, and he opened it. Hence why I have his mark on my forehead. But these other people, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years in a church, and they're no closer to Abba than when they first heard about him. Because they have a religion, they have churchianity, they have doctrine, they have denominations. Excuse you, Russell? So now why aren't you ministering? All you're doing is picking me apart and pointing fingers at me and saying, well, Holly's not doing it good enough, and I don't like the way she's doing it, and because she said this, and because she's calling people out, and da-da-da-da-da. What are you doing, Russell? I don't see you doing anything for Yahuwah. I don't see you winning souls. I don't see you binding and casting away demons. I don't see you praying for anybody in my chat room. I don't see you ministering. If you're a believer, you've been called to do the same thing. But I see you scrutinizing, criticizing, and ripping things apart. I don't see you building me or my chat room up. I call you into repentance, Russell. Don't bring your religiousness and your condemnation over here to HTV, because me and my participants will not appreciate it. Oh, I know your type. I call your type out all the time. We're not cut from the same cloth. It did? Yeah, you should know who you're talking to first before you open your mouth. You should ask Abba first, hey, should I say something? And get his permission before you open your mouth. I know, because I've made the mistake several times myself in the past. I came here to hang out. Well, I care about the people in my chat room. I came here to hang out with them and talk with them and spend time with them because some of them are my friends. And here you are, upset with what we're doing. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. We're not going to change. And when I do a formal broadcast, when I am ministering and preaching, I'll put up a link and I'll say, here you go, Russell. Now you can listen to me minister. You know what? I put up a link of a pastor on my hey, Angles, your sandwich. Well, I'll tell you what. A child of Abba would say they care about everyone. Even if they don't like them, they would still have care and compassion for another human being. And the people in my chat room just so happen to be special to me. Even the ones that are silent watching, that don't talk, I care about them a lot. They matter to me. My goodness, I can't believe I'm defending myself right now. Okay, well, when I do my next interview, I will give you a link. Because on my next interview, Russell, I'm not only going to give a part of my biography as to who I am, but I think the host is going to focus on demonic attacks and spiritual warfare. Now, what your nowadays church does not teach is spiritual warfare. Your nowadays church teaches you to barack fallen countries. They give you a Zionist agenda and tell you if you don't go along with the Zionist agenda, you're not saved and you're going to hell. All based on Schofield, who misread one sentence of hallowed scripture and then turned it into 3 pages of footnotes saying how if we don't bless this country of Israel, we're going to hell. If we don't bless the Jews, we're going to hell. Now look at me. Yahusha was Hebrew. He spoke ancient Hebrew. He wasn't Jewish. The tribe of Judah was Hebrew. King James took all the Hebrews and turned them Jewish. Just because somebody says they're chosen by God or they live on the holy land of Yahuwah does not mean they're chosen. And that's what you get people ministering about. Just the other day, I mean, like, do you know, I can't minister to a bunch of people that are indoctrinated and dumbed down and twisted up with all these different doctrines and agendas. They don't want to hear it. They don't have learnable, teachable souls. They don't live a life of repentance. They're the type of people that go, oh, I know him already. Okay, it doesn't matter if I call him Jesus. Holly, who are you to tell me I'm not saved? Yahuwah told me I'll know you by your fruits. And there you are. You don't care to call him the right name. You don't care about his feasts and festivals. You go shopping on the Saturday Sabbath. And you think that by doing all those things, you're going to go to heaven. And those same people turn around and browbeat me and give me a hard time. Those same people give my loved ones in this chat room a hard time. And those people are just as fallen and dark as Aleister Crowley was fallen and dark. Aleister Crowley, do what thou wilt. The nowadays believers live how they wilt. And think, oh, well, I'm a good person. I'll get into heaven. Yes. And they go out and celebrate all the same holidays that Freemasons, Satanists, and Luciferians celebrate. Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, St. Patty's Day, Labor Day. They're man-made. They're secular. They're not ordained by Yahuwah. But all you guys put your time into that and then turn around and browbeat me because I know living like you will land me in hell. And I know that for a fact because in March 2007, when I died, I was living like you typical people, you typical Christians. And I landed in hell for it because you live how you want to live. You live in your own imaginations. You smack Yahusha's name on it. Actually, you don't even use his real name. You take something that you like and slap good on it, call it holy, and expect everybody else to agree with you. And when they don't, oh, Holly, you're going to be left behind because you don't believe in what I believe. Listen, Yahusha doesn't believe in what you believe either. So I ain't going to be left. I'm not going to be left behind. And I'm not going to be swept away either, babe. I'm sealed by Yahuwah. I inherit the earth. I'm not going anywhere. I got to say this. Yahusha Mashiach disproved reincarnation upon his resurrection. Remember that. He disproved reincarnation upon his resurrection. When he resurrected, he was still the same man as he was when he died. He didn't come back as an elephant or a fly or a girl. He came back as himself because reincarnation does not exist. Now, I'm about to turn 51. 51 going on 6. 16. Talk about a teenager inside. Don't let my wrinkles fool you. Now, I worked hard to get those 3 dozen crow's feet on my face, but don't let them fool you. I am absolutely a child inside. You want to start a riot? I'm the instigator you should come to. I'm teasing. I'm joking. Sorry. It's Friday. We need a riot. A good one. We need to laugh a little too loud and a little too hard. Then remember why we're here. We're here because Yahuwah wants a family. And he does not want a family of robots. He wants us to choose him for ourselves and get to know him directly for ourselves. Just like I did. You were there for me. And all that, the pictures you gave me, Abba, all the things we did, all the great adventures we went on. Guys, you got to spend time with him. He's with you. He's just invisible, but he's there. You get flipped out of your mind over demons and these evil forces coming in your room at night that cause sleep paralysis. All right, he's with us. So exercise your Ruach Kadesh. Grab him by the hand and get to know him. He dwells inside of you and around you, and that's him, our creator in spirit. That's what the Holy Spirit is. It's him in spirit. That's why you never want to give up your companion, the Ruach, which means spirit in Hebrew. You never want to give up your Ruach, which is Abba in spirit, for like a light being companion or a spirit being. Hey, Victory, what is a version of the Bible you read? Was it Nazarene Yahusha version? I am the vine, you are the Nazarene branches. He who remains in me and I in him, he who bears much fruit, because without me you are able to do. Yahusha is the vine and we're the... No, I thought, Victory, I thought Yahusha's the branch and we're the vine. Because I'm going to tell you, I've been calling myself the wild vine that's grafted onto the branch, Yahusha, for 11 years straight. So if I got it backwards, I'm going to have to make a correction video. Abba! Basora of Yahusha Nazarene version. Thank you, Basora. I was going to say Bereshith. It's Basora. B-Y-N-V for short. B-Y-N-V. Bring your new version. B-Y-N-V. Bring your new version. Basora Yahusha Nazarene version. Basora. I gotta do the association game. Listen, it's not Alzheimer's. I had these same memory problems as a kid. Well, actually, I had a photographic memory, but I think that kind of left when I was set free during my freedom deliverance, March 2015. And it was Beelzebub, Osiris, which we're going to see again as the beast of the sea on this earth physically. And I was going to say Asmodeus, but it may have been Astaroth. Whatever. There was another A1 somewhere in there. There were 3 bad, nasty principalities that had legions that they came out of me through my freedom deliverance. Listen, guys, if you know somebody that's demonically possessed, they're not your best friend and they don't have your best interest in mind. That thing inside of them, you cannot trust yourself around that person because that demon and that dwells in them. The word I believe, Basora, meaning the word I believe. Thank you. So what time is it? 1:13. I'll probably have to go in 45 minutes. Well, maybe I won't have to. I don't know. I'm going to have to get ready for the broadcast. But that's in 45 minutes. I worry about my daughter. I lift your daughter up to Abba. I pray for her and her relationship with him, and I pray for her safety and protection. Nazarene, you and I and some of the chat are Nazarene. I got you, Victory. Okay. No, so that's what Nazarene is. I always wondered about that. There's so much I want to learn. And the other thing that upsets me, Victory, is I've learned so much, but dumbass me never got out a spiral notebook and wrote down all the cool, fun facts I learned. This aggravates. I get so frustrated. Okay. There's a lot of imposters to Yahusha. That's the only bad thing, too. Yeah, at any time during our walk, we could listen to the wrong voice and take up with the wrong doctrine, and we don't want to do that. But no, SAQ, again, we didn't. That explosion, that destruction never happened, SAQ. Honestly, if that destruction would have happened, I would have known even as an inactive super soldier. And that didn't happen. Don't worry. Oh, the other thing, SAQ, we did not miss Yahusha's return. So if you ever hear somebody say that he already returned, look at the old style, old world things, that proves Yahusha already returned. No, that's not the truth. We did not miss his return. And how I know that is honestly, I got down on my knees and I was like, Yahusha? He's like, slow down, Holly. No, it's not true. Read Revelation black and white for what it says, because that's what's going to happen. I went to Yahuwah, and he told me the truth. And you should do that too, because when you go to him for these things, that's how you build a foundation. And that's how you learn how to function in him and work with him and walk next to him and engage with him. The more you put into him, the more you're going to get out of your relationship with him. But do it yourself. I mean, there's not going to be much fanfare. You're not going to be getting patted on the back by other church members when you do it on your own with Yahuwah. But you want that relationship with Yahuwah, and he'll bring you to people. You'll meet people, and then they'll encourage you when time goes forward and time goes on. But just turn to him. Turn to him. You get to know him for yourself. Like when I wanted to come off all my prescription pills, he said, "Go use the marijuana plant, Holly. I made it for you. It's a seed-bearing plant. Use that, and you can come off these 33 prescriptions you're on. Fire these 8 doctors you have to see every single month for over 10 years. Get rid of them. You can." And and when he said that to me, I was like, what? I would have never thought in a million years my shepherd, Yahuwah, would have said that to me. But I'll tell you what, I use medicinal cannabis. I came off 33 prescriptions and fired more than just 8 doctors. And I have a much better way of life. I'm still alive. I'm not overdosed and dead because of all the pills they had me on. And that's all because of him. And I relied on him and I listened to him. But, when I first turned to him in 2013 and 2014, I felt like I had found something new. I was like, why don't my friends turn to him like this? Like when I first turned to him, I was like, in the mornings I would wake up and I could not wait to grab my Bible and just dive in and learn more and more and more about him and get to know the stories for myself. I just had such a thirst and such, and I still do have a thirst and passion for him. But I would wake up and the first thing out of my mouth was, Yahuwah, I love you. What are we doing today? And I go into my prayers. And what it was is my friends never turned to him directly for themselves, because if they had, they would have experienced the same thing I did. I mean, when I realized that he's listening to me and I'm talking to him and he's answering back, and I'm listening to him answer back, I was like, oh, it's that simple? And he's like, yep. And that's what the church has hidden from you. And why would the church hide that from you? Because Satan rules the church. The only thing Satan will not rule is you if you make the right decision. He will not rule you and your household if you make the right decision. But you have to stay on top of it. You cannot pray once and think, oh, I prayed 2 months ago, that's good enough. Are you kidding me? That's not having a relationship with him. Listen, he still talks to us like he did Noah. It's different, though. I have heard his audible voice, and he'll say 2 to maybe 5 words audibly. I hear him in the spirit often. I hear and see him in my dreams and visions frequently. I heard his audible voice one time. I met him in death. Hey, Teresa, it's great to see you, girlfriend. How are you, sweetheart? Hope you're having a good day. I don't want to say who. I got to talk to somebody last night. And I used to be part of the Super Soldier communities back in 2016 when I came out, 2017, a little bit of 2018, but then SRA got to be too much. I'm like, oh, I can't take it. But I met some cool people. Anyway, I got to talk to one girl last night. I was laughing my ass off. And last night was the first time I think I really laughed, because I've been so tense over SRA, her threats, her harassments, her friends jumping on my back for after all those years. But I think last night I laughed for the first time, and I gotta say, I feel very vindicated after her own dumb, stupid actions got herself and Steve Harvey's son and wife in trouble. No, you know what? I was actually just talking about that. We never aired it. We never ran it live. And even when we recorded it, we never ran it. Today, we're going to re-record it. Unless he wants to go live. If he goes live, I'll put up a link. But I think he might want to pre-record it so he can edit it. But we met a couple of times, and I think he's going to take the interview in a different direction than like my previous interviews. And I think he's going to take it in the direction of like demonic attacks, spiritual warfare. What's the testing of Beelzebub like? I think he wants to go more in the direction of faith and demonic attacks and a little bit of my biography. I think he might be a little bit more faith-based, which is fine by me, you know, because I don't want to preach unless the audience wants to hear it. But yeah, we're still kind of working on it, that interview. And I need to be working on my autobiography. But yeah, I can't wait until Taj and Steve Cambion go live with that full video. I'm dying! I'm dead! They're lucky that none of them are dead. I'm glad that all three of them are okay. He's funny. Hey, green-eyed mama. Steve Cambion. I like Steve Cambion. We might not see eye to eye on stuff, but he's funny. I like him. I like people of all different backgrounds, like of all different personalities. But yeah, I've gotten in his chat room, Teresa. I've gotten in his chat room, and I got cracking so much. I should have stayed under Holly Baglio, but I got saying a little bit too much, and I switched over to an account that nobody knows the name of, and I came back in his chat room saying whatever I wanted, cracking jokes, and Stephen Cambion was dying. The whole chat room was dying, but they didn't know it was me. And that's another thing. I didn't want them to know it was me cracking the jokes because I wanted to see if they laughed, and I know a lot of people don't like me, so if I crack a good joke, they're not going to want to laugh. But I came into a different idea. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, if anybody's really paying attention, it sounds like me. If somebody would have said Holly, I would have been like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? Can they see me at the keyboard? Oh, I get wise crap. I got a mouth on me. Sometimes I like ladies' night. I had ladies' night on HTV a couple of times, and let me tell you, I lost a few friends. That ladies' night is not for everybody. Okay? Maybe ladies' night with Holly is not for everybody. Yeah, I don't just alienate people away when I get preaching. I get wisecracking a little too hard or a little too dirty, or I'm the type of person that would laugh myself straight into hell, because I'm the type of person laughing at all the dirty jokes, all the jokes I'm not supposed to understand. Oh, yes, it is necessary to cuss. And that happens too. Baracus to Generation X. We rock. We were the last generation of real human beings. I shouldn't say that too loud. Right? Generation X rocks. my sister that I raised, there's just a big difference. It's like, where did these kids come from? They're nothing like us. Like, they're kind of wimpy. Adjectives. They're just adjectives. I'm going to remember that. Don't throw a hissy. It's just an adjective. I'm stealing that from you. Thank you for the ammo. All right, so next time with Steve Cambion, I'll try to keep it under my own name. But I started out under my own name. But I got saying a little bit, I think, too much. And, I just wanted to CYA or CMA, cover my ass. Yeah, right, the audacity of their ignorance while claiming they're smart. And they're not smart. Because even when they steal, like, our testimonies and our preaching, we can see it clear as day. All right, excuse me. I'm going to hide behind the icon. I'm not trying to be rude. Yeah, just when the wind's starting to blow, now I'm going to light my lighter, right? Not before, when the wind wasn't blowing. Nope. I have to wait when the wind blows. And my tent got hit by a tree. You guys know that, right? Why I'm not in the hidden holly anymore. Here. Better yet. See, because the tree fell into it. Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. Yeah, they gaslight me really hard. Well, he did. It took me years, Teresa, to get a thicker skin. Like, years. That girl and her friends could drop me off a cliff, ruin the best day of my life. Not that I ever wanted to give them power, but I'm going to be honest. What? 2000? I was forward in 2014. I had all my posts public, but when I made that video after they assassinated Max Spears, that's when everybody in the public found out about me. I was doing videos, but I didn't know really how to do a good title. But when I put Max Spears in that title, boy, that's when my name got up on the scoreboard. But anyway, I also need to be able to sleep at night, and I would not have been able to live with myself if I didn't come forward with my name and my face and tell you guys what happened. And then also beg you, just flat out to beg you guys, please turn to Yahusha and not anyone or anything else. He's going to love you. He won't lie to you. And please, but you got to go to him directly for yourself. Listen to the books of the Old and New Testament. Look up the 22 Apocrypha books that have been hidden from you. The Book of Melchizedek. It's awesome. Where you were, you're talked about in the Book of Melchizedek. You want to know where? Okay. So when you start listening to that, I like to listen so the stories play out in my mind's eye. And I think I pick up more by listening than reading. But sometimes while I'm listening, I'll hear a story and I'll be like, oh, I got to see that with my own eyes. And I'm running to my Bible, getting out all the different versions, going, I got to see this with my own eyes. It really says that. Like, So I forgot what I was saying. Oh, good. I'm glad so it took me years to get that thicker skin to the point that those people didn't bother me. So that was 2016. Man, 2019, she was still giving me a run for my money. 2020, rationally, I knew what was happening. Okay. Hang on, the homeowners. Rationally, I knew what she was trying to do. She was trying to run me offline. and just be a piece of garbage. And I wasn't going to let her have it. I just got in my own place in 2020. And somebody sent me a link and I saw I came across Steve Cambion because he happened to have SRA in his title, her name. Hello. And I started to listen to him, and he stood up for himself against SRA, and I forget all the stuff he said, but that turned a new leaf for me. When I saw Stephen Cambion stand up to her back in 2020, I thought to myself, oh, come on, Holly, this guy, he can do it. And he's not even, he's in a different walk of life than you. He's got a family and kids, and he can do this. You can do this, Holly. And when I saw Steve Cambion stand up to her, that's when I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like a new leaf clicked for me. Like something clicked for me and a new leaf turned over. And now, what's she gonna do? The same thing she did in the Dumbs when I kicked her butt when we were pitted against each other. She couldn't beat me then. She ain't beating me now, especially when Yahusha, my golden bow, is way bigger than hers. So, but yeah, like it took me a while. And now that I got that thicker skin, come on, man. Really? I'm not the person. I'm a different person. You don't want to try to threaten me and stuff like that. I take threats seriously. Don't think I don't. Oh, I do. But I'm not scared of these people. What? Because their bark is louder than mine? Get out of here. 10 years at this. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. I haven't alienated you and chased you off yet. Yes. Thank you for sticking around with my sorry ass Teresa. We definitely gotta have a ladies' night. I saw this post. I don't know if you're on Facebook. I saw this post and it was all one word. And I thought it said whore members. It was a meme, and I thought it said WHO REMEMBER. But it was put together as one word, and I'm like, whore members. And then I look from Facebook, okay, then you'll see the meme. And then below it, it says, if you read, it said something like, if you read this as whore members, I might have a new friend. It's who remembers, not whore members. And I read it as whore members. Anyway. I was like, wait, what? What? No. Who remembers? Not me, because I thought it said whore members. I didn't remember. And I was sober. I love Gen X. Yeah, they are funny. There's some videos on Facebook, some of these women, they get going on Generation X, and it's like, yeah, oh, it's so true. Like, I can't. It's so true. We were like the last bred warriors in this world. I mean, we were warriors, what we had to go through. I'm not trying to be rude to the generations after us, but they weren't warriors like we were. I mean, I remember playing chicken, and that was a game. The chicken we played was not with a train, because we didn't have one. So we would stand against we lived in brick apartments, so we would stand against the brick side of the apartments and take a hard baseball. I always liked the days when all we had was a softball to work with, but they'd get a hard baseball and they would throw it as hard as they could at you, and you had to stay against that wall and not move. Oh, and then they had the chicken scratch. Oh, John D. I won't say his last name just in case, but this kid in class, he gave me the chicken scratch test. You remember the chicken scratch test? All right. Yeah, we are built differently. We're tough. And it was like, I think 50 times or 100 times they would scratch you in the same place. And John D had these long, sharp nails, and he was scratching and digging in and going 1, 2. By the time he was done, I was bleeding. Like there was blood all over. And I sat through the whole thing. You know why? I was not a chicken. Yes, I stood against that wall. The only time I would move was when that baseball was coming at my face. But any other time, oh, it's going to hurt. Kickball? Oh, you hated it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I got hurt in dodgeball. My finger got caught in, like, we had different teams, so one team would have to wear, I forget what they call them, but those things. Well, my finger got caught in the other teammate's jersey thing. I don't know. Almost ripped my finger off, and she's screaming at me, "Get off me!" I'm like, "I'm not on you. My finger's caught in your thing." And she's dragging me across the floor. Like, thanks, lady. I gotta grab a tissue. I liked kickball. I liked playing games. Like in grammar school, like kickball and dodgeball was fun, but in junior high, it became cliquish and mean, and it was no longer fun. 2 plastic ball. Yeah, but dodgeball, like in grammar school, it was fun because we weren't railing each other. But in junior high, when you got the popular crowd, and I was the dork geek, young and the breastless, I was the poor girl, who was being raised by her grandparents. I went to school in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. I ride a horse, and my dad and mommy gave me a Mercedes for my first car. Meanwhile, my first car was I saved up by working $1,500, and I paid my grand $1,500 and bought a car from her. I had my own insurance. I had my working papers at 15, so my car and gas, insurance, registration, I paid for that all on my own. My mother never helped me. Okay, he's sleeping. Yeah, I've never been on somebody else's insurance. I don't know what it's like not to have my own insurance in my own car. But like my grandmother would help me, but I would still have to like earn my money. Like she might say, "Holly, I'll match your money to help you." But when I bought my first car, I got a loan because I started working full time for AT&T. I paid for that myself. Like I worked for all my stuff. Well, I kind of, like I had what I needed. But it was because of my grandparents. My mother, my biological mother, I didn't have a winter jacket for 4 years. I was never cooked. Like the 4 years of high school, I never had a winter jacket. I did not have decent clothes or sneakers. I would ask Grandma and Papa to buy them for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything. And then finally, when I started babysitting at 11 years old, the neighbors, and I got paid. And out of that pay, I started buying my own clothes. But again, I was blessed because I had my grandmother and she would help me. But without her, all my mom did was snort and drink back my child support checks, and I never saw a penny of them ever. So that's why when I turned 18, I went down to the Social Security office and said, listen, I'm 18 years old. I need you to send me my child support check directly to me because my biological mother, I haven't seen one penny of it in my entire life. And so I turned 18 in September, and that was what the way school ran out here is we start in September. So my senior year of school, I was 18 years old, and it was great. Not licensed. Capri Classic. Yeah, I had a Pontiac Grand Prix. 1983 was my first car. So I had to hear from the wrong side of the tracks. I was that poor farmer's girl, granddaughter. You know, like I was always bullied and picked on in school. Now when I see those bully girls, they're scared of me. There was one day I was walking my dog, and it was through a shopping center in Pluckerman, and I came around the corner, and I see one of those girls that used to bully me all through school. She was coming out of a store. I kid you not. She saw me, stopped, looked dead at me, and then all of a sudden started to scurry as fast as she could to get in her vehicle. And she even locked the doors. She was so scared of me. That's like, oh, wait, that's right. You don't have like 3 or 4 of your other girlfriends with you to back you. You're all by yourself. But boy, you're so loud and noisy saying how you're going to kick my ass, huh? And when you finally see me face to face, you run and get in your own car? What a disappointment. I really have a lot of pent up anger and rage. I have anger issues, violence issues, and I would love to be able to lose control. And all you have to do is hit me, touch me. Ready for the world around me. Scared and weak. They are, right? Oh, you're still with us, Vinny. They are scared and weak. Very weak people. Yeah, that same girl that I'm talking to about, I always thought she had a pretty name. I'm not going to say last names, and even if I mention the first name, you don't know who I'm talking about. Her first name was Paige. I love that name because I had a cousin named Paige. Paige and Rachel, beautiful names. But anyway, she made the name awful. I thought she was a pretty decent looking girl, but boy, did she pick on me. Well, it turned out, I don't know what the hell was wrong with their parents, but her sister just whored around and was pregnant but by the time she was a junior. And I don't know, by the sounds of it, her parents really did not take very good care of her. And there was something going on in that household. And she must have felt very neglected because at school, boy, she would just bully me, threaten me, call me names. I'm going to kick your ass. You're Skeletor. You look like E.T. You're so ugly. And there's no reason for it. We never talked. We never hung out. Nothing. She just decided she was going to pick on me. And then this other girl, Harley, and then a few other of them, just rotten to the core. Rotten to the core. And they consider themselves good people and they're going to go to heaven. And it's people like that as to why there's things wrong in the world. Oh my gosh. Hey, old fashioned art. How you doing? Drive safely. I read the comments in the chat room. You're back. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. If my hair looks good, then maybe I don't have to take a shower and I can just put on makeup, change my shirt, and then do the video, the interview video. I really need to clean my room, scrub the shower, and get to my autobiography. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, this world's terrible. Like, because I'm not going to say names, but the one dude that collapsed my lung, even the one dude that raped me, whenever they got mad at me or something did not go their way, they would always take the MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects and hold it over my head and mock me and laugh at me. Like, the one kid would say, "Oh, super stupor soldier," or super stupor soldier. And it's like, excuse you, your tax dollars went into my torture and trauma, and you want to make fun of me because you're not getting your way right now? Because I don't want you taking my car to work. I want you to get your own and drive yourself and stop living off me. You're going to take my trauma and abuse of being locked in a cage as a child and throw that in my face and mock me? I'm not lesser of a person because that happened to me. I'm actually better of a person because I came out of all of that and I've turned around to be a whistleblower. I never went back into that world and continued on the abuse. It all stopped. And anybody that did continue on with the abuse, I got them out of my life. Like, even the dude that raped me, he recorded me when I was talking about how I was sent out on assignments and missions as a super soldier. They programmed me, mind controlled me, and forced me to do things. I was used as a soldier in combat over in Africa. I was used as an assassin. And this kid recorded me and he turned around and said, "I'm going to show it to authorities." I was like, "Good, go right ahead." He's like, "You admitted to killing people and I recorded you and you're insane. And I'm going to use this to get rid of the restraining order you have against me because I raped you." I said, "You go take your recording of me and you turn it into the police." When in anybody's life have you ever heard of somebody taking a soldier that came back from war and bringing them to court because they killed people? You're the dumbass that sent me and the soldier over to war in the first place, and now you want to try me for murder? But you're the one that put the weapon in my hand, and you're the one that sent me to war because you're too much of a pussy and wimp, and you sent me to war to do that work. And now you want to try me as murder? That doesn't make sense. You don't do that to any of your soldiers in the Army, Navy, Air Force. You don't do that to them. So why would you do that to me? That doesn't make sense. Losers, scumbags. Yeah, mind control. Absolutely, they did. I had to rewire my brain. And when I had to untangle, Joseph Mangli rewired my brain. I had to untangle what he did, and then I reprogrammed myself to Yahushua Mashiach. I reprogrammed myself to my shepherd. And that maybe that explains why I am the way I am when I get preachy, when I talk about faith, because since day one, even before day one started to happen with me deprogramming, I had sought him. I could see these other entities. So when it came to the Ruach, I could see that the Ruach was infinite and I wanted that. And I could see that these other deities, gods and goddesses, demons, aliens, whatever you call them, I could see these other entities and I could see that they were a fake light. But the Ruach Kadesh, I could see it's a true, real living light. So I just go with that one. And before, like, so I had already sought him. I gave him my covenant. That's how I got that picture you see. May 17th of 2014. That's when I gave him my covenant, and he put that crooked looking T on my forehead. All right. So I turned to him, and it was after that, maybe a month, not even, where that tap came on the shoulder, and he was like, Holly, there's something else you have to get right. And all the demonic attacks started coming back again. And then the memories of the kids in the cages and of myself being in those cages, they came back. So when those memories came back, I was like, Yahuwah, I already gave my covenant to you, and it's a good thing because I'm going to really need you now. Like, I just spent the past 2 years going, I love you, you're awesome, who are you? And you're proving to me that you're real. But now I've got to deal with this MK Ultra and Super Soldier stuff, and I have no idea about it. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Cecilia, it's great to see you. Am I afraid of them? Yes. There are still some programmers that are alive, and I fear for my life. And I will not say their name. I do not want to give them a reason to ever come back and talk to me. No, because if they come back to talk to me, they're going to terminate me, which means murder, assassinate. No. And then you get these dumb, dim-witted assholes out there like Braggs who want to come after me and threaten me. I want Jason to stay away from me. Stay away from me. Leave me alone. Go away. Stop with your grudges. I haven't done anything to you besides saying no. Go away and leave me alone. Stop threatening me. You get these mentally unstable people that are mad at me for some reason. I guess because I went through the MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects and they don't like what I have to say. Too bad. I don't know that person. I don't know Braggs. Whatever his name is. And he's coming for me? For what? It's a very bad idea. You come for me, I'm calling the cops. I'm calling all sorts of authorities. And I'll be on the lookout for strangers too. Don't think I won't. You know what? I would say it would be a great idea for you to be in a safe environment for you and your altars, because then you'll relax enough to be able to remember. If you don't feel safe, you're going to be constantly tense, constantly living in survival mode, on adrenaline. And that's not going to make it easy for you to remember. You want to be hydrated, have a full belly, maybe take naps, be comfortable, and then, definitely jog your memories. What'd you miss? You didn't miss anything. That's what I'm thinking, Teresa, about him. Yeah, with all that stuff going on with SRA, he's popping up and just so cute, happens to be single. But then, I noticed when I said I found the voice that I heard through the V2K, and it's more than just a voice, it's also the personality. And I think it's Dr. Robert Duncan. That Jason Braggs dude got all pissed off. That was Dr. Robert Duncan's voice and his personality. And I wish I had recognized him sooner, because I would have been in his inbox. But now I can't be in his inbox because personally, you know what I think? Him being a Renaissance man and all, I don't think he's dead. There's no obituary. He's a Renaissance man. What do you think a Renaissance man is going to do? He's going to do what no other typical, ordinary, average man can do. I don't think he's dead. I like that hat. I want the hat from, hey, Kira D. So, yeah, I think because of SRA going down and all this other stuff, and maybe, I don't know, I don't know what's going on in that community, except that SRA is going down. So now all these people want to be nice to me, but all those other months, they didn't want nothing from me, or they didn't bother with me. Or better yet, when I go into Steve Cambian's chat room or another Super Soldier chat room, like James Rank or any other live chat room, and those people are there, they never acknowledge my presence. They never say hello back. They snub me. But now all of a sudden they're coming in my chat room like Braggs. But he always snubbed me everywhere else. Now he wants to talk to me. But he only wants to talk to me when he wants to talk to me. And he wants me to say what only he wants to say. Anybody can read my autobiography and show up and go, oh yeah, Holly, I'm the super soldier that came back for you December 2011. And even when I questioned him on stuff in my chat room, he was giving me wrong answers, left, right, front, and center. I went along with it. I wanted to see where it would go, to be honest with you. But I knew he was lying to me all the time. I'm playing a game, but no offense. Some of my friends were like, oh, he's so cute and single. Then you go for him. I'm already married. I don't just say this for my health. My husband is Yahusha, December 12, 2014. I don't want no dumbass drug dealers or doctors kissing up on me. I've got a perfect man who I'm totally content with. Everybody else can get the fuck out of my way. I don't want them. I got a perfect man. Rink, yeah. Yeah, so I like James Rink. He's always nice to me. What I'm saying is, let me be more specific. The people that go into Lauren's chat room, the people that go into these communities, UFO and Super Soldier, so the people in her chat room, the people in SRA's chat room, the people in all of these communities, they're always snubbing me until they want something. Until they want something. Nobody bothers with me. Once they find out I'm about Yahusha and I'm not down with their new age bull crap, these people don't bother with me. You're perfect. You are. It's too late. I already met. It's too late, okay? I'm older. I don't have any energy anymore. So it wouldn't matter if you're perfect. I don't know. So, those people want nothing to do with me. They snub me all the time. And then now all of a sudden, Braggs wants to talk to me. And all of a sudden, he came back for me. But then I say something, and then, I just don't need the drama. And it seems like these people pop up whenever something's going down with SRA. And she's going down. And it's so nice. After all those years of her and her friends threatening me and harassing me in those emails, actually, I got to get those emails to an attorney. I need to get those emails to an attorney, and I really need to stop sitting on my ass, and I really need to do my computer work, and I really would like to answer MMM back, and I would really like to get those emails that SRA had sent to me over to that attorney. It's just really important. No, I'm not lying. What that girl and her friends did to me through all of those years, I ought to be suing her for pain and suffering. Oh my goodness. And I'm not the only one. All right. Have a good day, SAQ. Yeah, listen, I don't really, I'm not going to go after somebody. And no, why would she say anything? She steals my preaching and tries to use it as her own. I don't, honestly, I don't really have any bones to pick with Lauren, even from stuff in the, it's just, I don't hold grudges. I don't really remember. I don't really care is the other thing. If they get in my way, I'll care. If they harass you guys, I'll care. If they pop up and start harassing me, I'll care. But I don't really. SRA is a problem. And her whore pagan friends that came after me on her behalf, they're a problem too. The only time SRA ever had any power was when she was wrapped up with certain people and she was ganging up on me, doing her little black magic with certain of her friends. Her friends, or maybe all of them together, may have had a little bit of power, but I'll tell you, SRA in the spirit realm herself does not have power. Oh my God, you can knock her out of it, no problem. She doesn't really have any power, but she knows enough to get herself in trouble and to be a nuisance to you and me. The Steve Harvey thing, I know, right? She does it on the sly. No one watches. No one sees her. Yeah, she is on the sly. SRA couldn't be on the sly if she tried to, but like she's hurt so many people through the years that like even Mr. Quincy, how she treated him. I'll tell you, when I saw his video, I was crying. I was talking with Mel online and something just struck me about Mr. Quincy's testimony, how she was hiding her intimate romantic relationship with. Listen, I'm a hopeless romantic, okay? I really am. I've always been a hopeless romantic in my life. You know, where knight in shining armor shows up and goes, Holly, it's been 20,000 years. I'm here to carry you out of this mess and chaos. And he swoops me off my feet. Yes, I'm a hopeless romantic. But what was I saying? I was saying something. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, Mr. Quincy, his story. I was crying. I think maybe some of the things that he had said in his story touched my heart and was reminding me of that dude who collapsed my lung, because that dude that collapsed my lung was running around and telling everybody I was his wife. We were married for 21 years, and it was only him and that patch of hair new girlfriend that he has. They played a game on me to try to make me take him back, which I fell for. He love bombed me, and then he did not have to go to prison for 3 to 5 years because I took him back, and it screwed with the whole court process. But you know what? If the courts wanted to stop domestic violence, I know exactly what the courts could do to cut domestic violence down by more than 50%. By more than 50%, and it would go to answer battered women syndrome. I've suffered battered women syndrome. That's why in 2019 I was in Germantown, Maryland, Townsend, Tennessee, because if I didn't get out of Jersey, he would have been back. And even with a new girlfriend, that's still not foolproof because he'll get bored of her and no. I think when I was, during the time that him and I were together, they were doing rituals against me and him to make sure we didn't work out. Because when I went to him, I said, they're doing rituals, we need to pray. And he shrugged me off. And I'm like, listen, don't shrug me off. We're as good as done. If you listen, the world that I'm a part of, the world that I'm in, you may not understand, but you and I need to get on our knees, pray to Yahusha, and get rid of these rituals, because SRA and her friends are going to rip my entire life apart. And I need your participation. He didn't love me. Oh, so they played a trick, and I took him back like a dumbass. Oh, that's what I was saying. The courts. The courts could get domestic violence to drop by more than 50% if, and also to answer for battered women syndrome, to stop that, also to stop the love bombing, and to stop the repeated going in for domestic violence. What courts and judges should do. Judges should get to know what battered woman syndrome is, because the judge I had to explain it to him. And it's like, you've been a judge for 30 years and you don't know what that is. You should not be a judge then. And seriously, so if when a couple gets in a fight, I'm sorry if you don't agree, but statistics say typically it's the guy beating up on the woman. But yes, there are cases where there are males that are abused, and I take that very seriously. It's just that abused males are smaller statistics. Now, when the man beats on the girl, the cops should arrest the man, throw him in jail, charge him. The girl, when he gets out of jail, he's going to get in touch with the girl. He's going to love bomb her. They always do. Whether it's 1 day, 3 days, 3 weeks later, they're going to get love bombed. The girl is going to take him back. They all do. I was that girl that was a dumbass and always took the guy back. I was the girl that you wanted to up the head, on the side of the head with. Like, Holly, you're smarter than that. You were raised better than that. You know better. Like, Holly. The first set of charges should never be dropped. Even when he comes back to love bomber and she's dumbass and takes him back, and he comes back into the house and they're all lovey-dovey and things are great for what, 1-2 weeks? And then it's back to walking on eggshells again. The courts should keep those first set of charges in place and not allow any of those charges to be dropped, even if the girl takes him back or the guy takes her back, whatever scenario. If it's not going to work out the first time, it's not going to work out the second time. Rule of thumb. Seriously, rule of thumb. If it doesn't work out the first time, it's not going to work out the second time. You guys got to love each other and show each other respect. But the second hitting starts and choking is a red flag. And this dude always went for my throat, always went for my mouth and nose. Listen, if you're being beaten, there's difference between punches and kicks. There's a difference between that and a guy that's constantly going for your throat and constantly going for your nose and mouth. That is your life source. If you're in a situation like that, you got to get out. Call your sister from Avon, okay? We can talk Avon and let's get you out of the situation. I remember, I think it was Montgomery Police Department in New Jersey. They helped my friends. And with the assistance of the Montgomery Police Department, I had to plan my own escape from a dude named Mark. And when I finally stopped dating him, I still made a mistake and wound up with the dude that strangled me. Or no, that collapsed my lung. I'm sorry. So if the courts, when the initial assault happens, the police should press charges. Even if the girl takes him back, do not drop those charges. Go to court and make those charges stick. Because the girl always takes the guy back, drops the charges, and then nothing happens. The guy doesn't go to jail. The guy doesn't do anything. He gets let free, and he's never reprimanded. And then what happens? the cops are back a couple months later, and they go through it multiple times where they're constantly fighting, physical altercations. The cops are constantly out there. Well, if the cops did not drop the first set of charges and kept them instilled, guaranteed domestic violence would drop by 50%. Because guys would be like, oh no, I'm in a lot of trouble. I don't get any more chances. I heard about these other guys where they beat on their girls and they're in jail. Like, you got to put them in jail. A guy like that, and he even has a daughter. Can you imagine the guy she's going to get screwed up with? She's going to get screwed up with a guy just like her father. Yep. And it's inevitable. And and he let this, I know, I was there when she was born. I was there all throughout her life. He let the streets raise his kid. She's going to wind up with a dude just like him. And he can't get a job. He's a convicted felon. He went to jail for 6 months when he was like 17 or 18 for raping a girl. I didn't know that. He told me that after he moved him and his kid into my house in Long Valley. I wish he told me that tidbit of information before I let him and his kid move in with me, because I've been like, whoa, 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 whoa. You went to jail for raping a girl. And he tried to say, oh, it was my other friends, but because I went back to see if she was okay, she said I raped her. You were a part of that. Yeah, I don't, just good. Put me off, and so I was always getting in good locks with me. Nice, Teresa. Taught me to wrestle. Nice. My mother did not teach me anything. I didn't learn martial arts until I was in my 20s. So, like, the court should never drop the first set of charges. They should keep them intact and be like, no, you beat this girl up. You want her to take you back, so she drops the charges, and then you go back and you're going to do it again and again and again and again. No, we're cutting it off the first time. Guaranteed domestic violence would be cut in half. By whooping your ass, that's not okay. If my biological mother had touched me, I would have put her through a wall. I think she was scared of me. I think she knows she pushed me too hard, I would snap. And that's the thing, like, there's somebody out there that's been trying to lay kisses on me. What's going to happen is I'm going to snap on the person. And it's their own damn fault. I'm already married. I'm not interested in some finite human being dude. And I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to be touched either by some finite dude. Some finite human being, like, ew. Ew. Yeah, so court should keep the first set of charges in place, regardless if he love bombs her and she wants to drop him. The court should say no, 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 no. He's got to learn a lesson, and he's got to stop it here. And honey, you're caught in patterns, and we're gonna break your patterns the hard way. You're not doing it for yourself, so you're just gonna have to withdraw from him the hard way. You guys are separated. That's it. You should have been cautious. Now, that's it. No. I should get going, though. It took me a long time, Kira D. My lung was collapsed. for my birthday, September 2018. And then August 2019, he attacked me a second time with a friend, zip tied my wrists, threw me down the cellar stairs, dragged me back up, cold cocked me. He attacked me a second time with his friend. And that's when I wound up in Townsend, Tennessee, because everybody's like, you're not safe, you're not safe. No, I'm safe. He just needs to be in jail. I had made friends with the Long Valley Police Department. They told me that I could come with them to do martial arts, and it's just those religious plastic fanatics. Anyway, but I also kind of had to get out of the area because he was going to keep stalking me and trying to come back. And when he had seen that I had moved out of Long Valley, he was pissed. Oh, was he pissed? He was so pissed he couldn't believe I left. And I should have never taken him back. I should have never taken him back. I should have let him go to jail for 3 to 5 years and sit and rot in there. I forgive him for what he's done, but he still has a price to pay for his crime. And I honestly think it would have been better for him to go to jail for 3 to 5 years than to face Heavenly Abba and what's coming to him there. A man and a woman is one can kill the other with their bare hands. That's the other thing, Kira D. Yeah, men beat each other to death. In jail, men beat each other to death. In jail, as far as women typically don't do that. Like, you know, when men have testosterone, men are the fighters and providers. Like, I was really scared of men. I've gotten over that fear, but just because I got over that fear does not mean I want one. I don't want sex at all. I don't like guys touching me or my hair or anything. I want, like, sorry, right now there's something popping in my head. There's an unresolved situation that's popping in my head that's driving me nuts. And please excuse me. You know, when I tell people I have a vow of celibacy, I'm married, and I wear a ring, you think that they would respect that. Like, for instance, say you have an appointment with an attorney. Hypothetical situation. Say you have an appointment with an attorney, and you go in the attorney's office, and you're sitting down at the desk, and you're talking about your problem, and you're like, this is what I need done. I need this sued, and we're going to apply this statute, and da-da-da-da-da. And then the attorney reaches over and starts playing with your hair and then trying to kiss on your neck. I can't stand that fucking shit. And I could only hope that anybody that has ever put me in a position like that could see this video right now that I'm having live or in an archive pre-recorded. I could only hope that they would see this moment and know how disturbing it is that they have no respect for me, but yet sit there and say they do and start pawing at me after I've told them I'm an ordained minister. And I would love for them to read between the lines, and I would love for them to see this part of the video. But they're probably not, and I'm preaching to the choir, and I'm only going to have to repeat myself to nip that unresolved situation in the butt that happened to me. And that situation that I made up with an attorney, that's just a hypothetical. Looks and right, Teresa? Well, thank you that you think I have looks. Man, if I got my 20 pounds back, I would feel like I looked good, you know? But thank you for the compliment. Just, I hate that crap. You know, you need the person to be a professional attorney and to do what you need them to do. And they All they can do is think about sex. And it's like, great. Now what do I do for an attorney? Now I'm fucked and I'm not even like without KY. And I don't even want to be fucked with KY. I want my vow of celibacy. I just don't. Green-eyed mama. Yeah. I go to Abba and I tell him about it. Every time I face that, I'll be like, you know, Abba, this pain is popping up. This frustration is popping up. I do forgive the person. I don't have grudges. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. But this situation is popping up. It's pissing me off. And I'm not moving past it. And please help me. I don't want this to eat at me. And so I just talk to him about it. As it comes, immediately. I don't let it fester. I just bring it to him and say, hey, listen, Yahuwah, I repent. I put this at your feet, but listen, I need your help. I don't know what to do. And he helps. Sometimes it's just going to him and spending more time. Sometimes he'll be like, Holly, I think maybe you need to cry a little bit more. You haven't cried at all. Or Holly, maybe you need to get pissed off and just scream. But I'll help you through it. I'll teach you how to forgive. I'll teach you how to get beyond it. Or, Holly, I will give you peace. And there's a lot of situations that get to me. And I know that I've forgiven the other person. But I don't forgive myself and I beat on myself. And so, but there's other people out there. I forgive them. I truly do. I don't want anything bad. And if they landed in hell, I would probably be happy. I would. I would be happy if Abba had his wrath on those people. I ask Abba to explain things to me. And sometimes some of these people that hurt me, they hurt Abba first. So whatever I'm going through is meaningless because that person that has me pissed off, guess what they did to Yahuwah? Guess how he feels, right? We got to go to him to let him explain it to us. Hey, Lincoln, how are you? It's good to see you, Lincoln. It's so soon it comes at our age. So, and when that happens, then it's a little bit easier for me to forgive the person because it's like, oh, wait, they did that to you, Yahuwah? Ooh, dumbass. Oh, Green-eyed Mama, I'm sorry. Gen X mug to share with any and all. And they try to harass us. I lift you up to Heavenly Abba, especially for forgiving. And I pray in agreement with DC for you. In Yahushua's name, Selah. But yeah, there's been situations where Abba has said, I know that you're hurt about this and you feel betrayed and cheated and lied to and beaten and left high and dry. But Holly, this person did this to me. This person did that to me. This person didn't repent. And out in the world, this person is also doing blah, 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 blah. And Holly, this person, has made that choice. And because they made that choice, it opened up the doors for these other demons to walk in. But listen, it's not the demon's fault. This person made that choice. And now they love their demons because their demons are helping them with their own personal agenda. Once in a while I do meet the person that just winds up in trouble, and it is a demon problem, and we got to get rid of the demons. Like, I'm not trying to say that everybody's innocent or anything, or like everybody's guilty, but the dude who raped me, he put his back to Yahuwah, and then he damaged Yahuwah's property when he raped me. So Yahuwah has got some bones to pick with that dude. So right off the bat, I've been able to forgive and move on and not let it eat with me or pop into my head and give me uncomfortable feelings. Now, sometimes under demonic attack, demons will pop up and try to drudge up these feelings again to get me stirred up. But that's a spiritual attack, and I see it's the kingdom of darkness trying to distract me, maybe from helping a friend, writing an email, or doing the work that I need to do. It can be a demon. Oh, absolutely. We have to have the discernment to know the difference when it's a demon or when we made a bad decision. Or when somebody has summoned something after us. Sometimes, like, we come into agreement with the wrong person, and a demon will pop up and start attacking us. We have to be careful. I should probably get going because I should probably eat food right 2:33. I should give myself a chance to shut up from talking if I'm going to do a broadcast with somebody else, and I've been sitting here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I better shut up so I feel like talking later. I'm going to get to my interview and be, no, I'm all talked out. I don't feel like. You talk. I'll ask the questions. You talk. Where'd that go? Did you know crabs live forever? Really? Kara D, I have an interview with someone, but I think it's pre-recorded. I'll give you a link. Yeah, you know what? Today my alarm was going off for me to run a internet radio broadcast. I'm going to have to run an internet radio broadcast. Oh, the roosters. You know what? I'm going to go give the chickens some food, and then I'm going to try to get something to eat myself, charge my cell phone. It's at 4, but I'm going to need an hour and a half to get ready because I want to do my hair change. I was going to take a shower, but you guys said my hair looks good already, so I'll just maybe go in and use the blow dryer or curling iron. I want to get a flat iron. I only have a big, fat curling iron. Put some makeup on and then go to my interview. And then after that, scrub the shower. Today's Friday. All right, beautiful, fine folks. I'm going to have to let you go because it's Friday and tomorrow's the Sabbath. I got to get ready for the Sabbath. All right. It's great hanging out with you guys. I don't have any links right now. When I do, I'll post them up. But that's another thing. I need to send out letters to land interviews because the 10, 11, 12 letters I did send out, my Proton email doesn't work. Sometimes these airplanes sound like they're going to crash. Hey, Angel A. Thanks, DC. Celia. It's good to see you, beautiful. You're stealing my words. It's great to see you, beautiful, fine folks. Thanks for hanging out with me. Like, thank you for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. So, like, this weekend, I'll be back. I need to get started on my book, but I have a feeling that when tomorrow comes, I'm not going to work on my book. I'll come here and hang out instead of, like, watching tons and tons of videos and then filling up my Facebook page with all those videos. Everybody else's videos and not my own, right? You too, Vinny. It was so great to see you, Vinny. Oh, yeah. Happy Friday to you, too. Joe Angles. I love you, beautiful, fine folks. I really do love you guys. You're really awesome. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm definitely coming back and hanging out with you guys. Yeah, you're my bestie from the West, and I'm from the East, right? Yeah, I'm your Eastie bestie. I love you guys.